Okay, testing, 1, 2. Okay, this is a live stream that I'm doing for a friend of mine. He requested for me to do this right now, so um, yeah, I'm just gonna be commenting on his game. By the way, word to the wise, this is a tournament match, so do criticize him all you like. As you can see, Tombdragon has picked Lulu. So, from what I can see here, yeah, I'm just gonna be commenting on his game. By the way, I'm just gonna close that right now. All right, that was like unnecessary background noise. Um, this is my first time commenting on a game, so bear with me if I say a lot, because I'll be doing like a thought process and yeah, this is like casual, kind of a casual commentary for me. I probably won't be. I'm not like grade A material, like tournament announcer. I'm not the MC. But I'll try my best. Anyway, OIT TechCon 2015 tournament. This is my friend Tombdragon, who is Lulu right here. He is currently support, obviously. Now from what I can gather here, let's see, we got Braum support on their team. Between Braum and Lulu, I would say that it's gonna be pretty much a skill matchup because Lulu does not have a lot of skill shots. In fact, her Q is her only skill shot, so pretty much she doesn't have to worry about Braum's E, but Braum also does. But other than that, they're pretty much equal in terms of that. I can see that they have a Teemo on the other team. I really don't know how well he'll do in this game, but he'll probably be a pin in the butt. Pretty much annoying as hell. This is always the trickiest part. Alright, let's just have it there. Oopsies. As green region. There we go, sorry for the delay. Why does it always do that? I'll have to fix that later. Like, that way it doesn't automatically go, like, super small screen. And I have to, like, extend it. Alright. I can hear music being played. I think... oh no. There it is. So as we can see here, it looks like the Warwick and Ezreal are ready to go. Tombdragon is currently busy buying his items and stuff. Let's see, I think I'll have the game mostly being focused on Tombdragon from this point. So let's get started.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
As you can see, well, actually, never mind. I'll pick my point of interest. As you can see here, we can see Teemo, waiting in that bush just right there. Hopefully, Warwick doesn't make a stupid move and come out of the bush. I mean, like, I probably wouldn't. At this point, this is a very serious game. This is a tournament match after all. As you can see here, they're clearly taking this very seriously. You got Garen here waiting in the bush. He placed a ward right there. I wouldn't exactly put the ward there. I mean, there are better places to put it. I mean, like you probably could have put it right here. That way you have like more coverage of where the enemy is coming from. I mean, sure, that it is also possible for them to come from this tri-bush here, but you know, I'm just saying, like, it could have been better placement. Here we have Nara waiting to see if Garen is actually coming to here. So you can get like a decent poke. Probably. That's what I would do if I was in this position. So we can see that Rammus is starting the Toad right now. The obvious choice here. Warwick, however, is starting at Cruz because he is an attack speed sort of champion. Alright, I kind of lied a bit about, what is that sparkly thing right there? What the Like, do you see this? There's like a tiny spark right here, just on the edge. Hold on. The opposite river doesn't have that. Riot, come on. What is this? I don't even know what that is. Alright, so anyway, sorry for the distraction. Back to the game. As we can see here. Alright, so Jinx is doing a pretty good job on being on the offense, pushing the lane. She knows, as Jinx apparently knows that Ezreal is a huge problem if they just stalled out the minions in the middle of a lane. It's a kind of a risky situation, but she probably guessed that Warwick was starting at Cruz and knows that Warwick won't be arriving in lane anytime soon, so she took the opportunity to push the lane to deny Ezreal minions, and that way he can't micromanage his time with poking Jinx or Braum all the time while farming. He can't do that if like the minions are pushed to his tower. Tombdragon is what did Tombdragon buy? Tombdragon bought a ancient coin, which is kind of decent. I mean, like, it's not the best recommendation I would have for Lulu. I would go with a Spell Thief edge, because like she can get so much gold steal with her Q. I mean, like as a support, you're going to want to get the most amount of gold that you can. However, in this case, it seems that Tombdragon wants to play it safe this game, so he'll pick an ancient coin. I'm not going to... I wouldn't say that's a bad pick, honestly, but, I mean, he does have a spell that does speed up, his teammates, but it's only like, it's only for, like, single target. It's not an AoE, like, what Karma can do. So, I suppose the, what was that item called? Something, it's like the Shurima icon item, the gold one. Talisman of Ascension, I think, or something like that. As we can see here, Braum is putting pressure on Ezreal. He is risking some poke damage from Ezreal, but at the same time, it's also pressuring Ezreal to not go in, because like they are in a very dangerous position if Ezreal just went right in. As we can see, Braum just caught out Ezreal with his Q, but Jinx failed to follow up with her auto attack. So like Ezreal seems to be safe at the moment. I apologize if you're getting drop frame rates here on the stream. I apologize. I have like a wireless internet connection, and like even though it's like it's only at like 4 bars, not 5. So it's not the best quality. So I apologize for that. Especially to Tombdragon. He wanted me to do this. So yeah, he's not gonna get the best quality video, but at the very least, this is what I can do for him. I'm just hoping that he'll win this tournament because, you know, as a friend, yeah, Tombdragon go! Lulu best champion, or something like that. So it doesn't really seem like much is going on at the moment, so I'm gonna go focus on the other champions. Let's see what's going on in mid lane here. So we got Warwick and Karma messing around in mid lane. Well, not really messing around. I'm pretty sure Warwick had a reason to come there, but she did not really do good with last hitting, apparently. I could be wrong. No, actually, she's doing the best out of all the teammates. But if anything, I think Ezreal should totes step up his game with farming, because like he's falling really behind with Jinx here. Like, look at this, she's like just masterfully pushing the lane without any trouble. Like, no, like Warwick hasn't come in yet. He's going around in the jungle. He has helped mid lane. But like the time he went to bot lane, like I saw here, he was like he was just sticking around the bush here, and he was waiting for an opportunity. But he didn't really go in, even though Jinx and Braum were clearly over here. I'm kind of worried for bot lane. It seemed like they're not being, since they can't be totally aggressive with Braum around. The main problem is that they'll be losing CS. This is the problem that I'm seeing right here. If Ezreal doesn't do CSing better, then he'll eventually lose to Jinx in terms of like farming, contesting for farm. Jinx is what I would consider a very aggressive ADC, a very aggressive marksman, but she also has safety precautions as well with her E. Like, she can zone out her enemies with her grenades, like they can't come near her, otherwise they will get snared, and she can just deal like free poke damage to Ezreal if he ever gets caught in her traps. As we can see, they're being they're risk takers. These guys are MVPs because they know that Ezreal can't do anything. So they're just yeah, that was a very good play. Honestly, I'm impressed. They really do know what they're doing. They knew that Ezreal was low in mana. He can't do anything with Jinx and Braum roaming. And now that with Karma out of the picture, they are able to take a free dragon with Warwick unsuspecting of this. Like, he's coming towards them right now, but this is probably a dangerous spot to do this right now. Yeah. So, Warwick chose to ward the bush instead of the dragon pit, so that means no timer, which means that they'll have to manually figure out when dragon will come back, which is no trouble really. I mean, like, dragon's like 6 minutes respawn time, so likely dragon's gonna come up in like 15 minutes or so. So yeah, really good play on Jinx and Braum. Like, I'm rooting for Tombdragon's team and all, but you have to admit that was a pretty good decision on Jinx and Braum to go gank mid lane while she is at her lowest, and when Ezreal and Lulu are pushed to their towers and they couldn't do anything about it. That's like expert decision right there. I'm pretty sure that if any sorry, I got distracted by that recall animation. That was really cool. Anyway, that was a really good decision by them. I don't know what Warwick is doing over here. I think he's a little confused on what he wants to do. Definitely confused, because like there's no point to taking the Scuttlebutt. I mean, Scuttlebug. I'm taken to calling the Scuttlebug Scuttlebutt. But anyway, I don't know what he's doing here. He should be taking the chickens instead of the Scuttlebug, because the dragon just had been taken. There's like no point to taking Scuttlebug right now. In fact, it's just wasting time. Wasting time means like loss of gold. Loss of gold means like you're not gonna get ahead in the game. So what Warwick's doing here is like not very progressive at all. In fact, it's the opposite of progression. However, I suppose he has taken, I suppose he's trying to stick around to help bot lane. But that doesn't work. The gank? No. I'm sorry about the coughing. Anyway, from what I can see there, the reason why Warwick failed the gank is because, one, They haven't... When Jinx and Braum, they were in this area here, which means they were far away from Warwick, where it can guarantee them escape from his ultimate. If Warwick had waited just a bit longer, if he waited for them to push to here, they would have had a better chance of killing Braum and Jinx. But that doesn't happen because Warwick was too impatient. He went in at an inopportune situation that would result in a failed game. Basically because like they had enough they had like short enough space to run back to their tower here. And also, not only that, Warwick wasted a flash out of that, so he won't really be doing any games anytime soon unless he's playing smart with his maneuvering. Like if he's taking a different direction or something like that. Or if the enemies are extremely overextending. By the way, I commend Gnar for taking top tower. He, at the very least, he's taking advantage of the fact that he has an advantage over Garen in terms of being ranged. Because, like, Garen is an HP stacker. Like, as you can see here, he has Giant Spell, he has a Doran Shield, which means Gnar can do more damage with his W. I believe that's his W. As we can see here, every third attack or spell, same target deals additional damage, plus 10% of the target's max health. So that means 30 basic auto attacks means Garen will die. It doesn't matter how much health Garen has. Like, as long as Gnar can get 30 consecutive auto attacks on him in total, then he'll eventually push Garen out of the lane. And this will cause problems for Garen. In fact, as you can see here, Gnar has farmed so much against Garen. Like, it's pitiful, really. In fact, even though the god Dragon, like, they removed the global gold from Dragon, so that doesn't really give him gold. I'm actually kind of surprised to look up at the numbers here and see that blue team has more gold than red team, which is a good thing. Good thing, really. Ooh, we have it looks like Garen has managed to avoid Gnar's wallop. But as we can see here, Garen is taking a huge risk here. There's no reason for him to stay here other than wait for the minions to come to him. As we can see, Gnar has he's not really doing anything. I don't know. So Teemo mid. This is a very interesting lane. Mostly because I believe this is the reason why the reason why I think Teemo took mid lane is so that he can have a safer time farming. As we can see here, if we look at the score down here, it seems that Karma has more gold than Teemo because Teemo is playing it way too safely. He's waiting for the minions to come towards him. As we can see here, they're going to be taking a second dragon. Wow. Not really much they can do as long as Braum is there because Braum can just... that's too bad! Oh man, I thought Karma's Q would take that. Oh, I'm sorry. If, again, I apologize for the dropped frame rates. Okay, but essentially what Karma did was that she was waiting out here in the outskirts of the Dragon Pit, and she just tossed her Q in as soon as the dragon was about to go down. It was just that one thing. Like, it could have got the dragon. But, unfortunately, it seems like Rammus managed to smite the dragon before she could kill it. So, yeah. Sorry, Karma, that was a nice try, really. I mean, like, you have no faults in that. But it's just that, you know, stealing big monsters like that is kind of difficult to do when you're the only one hitting when you're the only ones tossing your skill shots out there. As you can see, Teemo has taken TP because he knows that Karma will keep pushing. Oh, I wasn't supposed to click on that. He knows that Karma will keep on pushing. So he's taken TP to counter that, and hopefully he'll try to get some CS out of that. But unfortunately, it seems like Karma is, yeah. Right now, Karma has the most amount of CS in her entire team, followed by Gnar with 128 goal CS, and then you have Ezreal with like 116. Now, if you take a look at the lanes separately, you can see that it's kind of clear that blue team is pulling ahead because like we have 3 of their teammates doing so good with their farm right now. In fact, even Warwick is getting ahead of Rammus because Rammus is not good at clearing camp. He's not. Oh. Okay, so Tombdragon, that was really good. I'm surprised that you managed to get out of that so well. I have no idea how Tombdragon managed to survive that. My brain just went flat. But from what I can tell, she managed to take most of the ultimates from Jinx. Like, even though she was getting walloped by the Jinx's W, the electric gun, even though she got walloped by Brahm's ultimate, she still took it all, and she managed to shield herself and very well, even with the ultimate as well. The ultimate was a very good decision on it for him to stay alive. Although the consequences, the price for that, well, it's not really the price, but more like that was a very weird moment. But now Warwick knows where Teemo's mushrooms are, and hopefully he'll be cautious of that in the future. He'll remember. As we can see here, Jinx and Braum are just sticking together like glue, which is really good. Oh, hey, wow, that's a pretty lucky thing there. But unfortunately, they can't get the kill on Karma as long as 1, the tower is still there, and 2, Lulu is there. And now Warwick has joined the fray, and he's waiting for an opportunity to, well, he just tripped that mushroom, unfortunately. So he now has his chances of going in and winning is significantly lower. Now he has like no choice but to go back into the jungle and try to recuperate his health with the wolves. As we can see here, now with like blue team's tower taken down, they're looking to take another tower objective. As we can see here, Karma has done an excellent job of keeping Teemo's minions away from her tower, and she pushed her minions to Teemo's tower so much that Teemo just can't do anything about it. And his tower's health just keep dwindling like every wave. Now, as you can see here, now that they have a mid tower down, that just significantly takes down red team's chances of winning, because now they're being pressured into taking more. What's the? Oh no, Tombdragon, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. Oh no. The rule number 1, you never ever face check a blind bush. You never face check anything that has like fog of war, because there's no wars in there for Tombdragon to know how many members of the red team there are in there. Now we can see Ezreal is making a bad choice here. He should have blinked over here instead of going to the Dragon Pit. But as you can see, Gnar turned the tide of that battle because you know, he's Gnar. He's supposed to be the stun locker of the team. That was like really expert timing on the transformation. Gnar pretty much saved that team fight for everybody. And he managed to score a dragon. Like, Gnar is such a good dragon. I mean, Gnar is such a good champion. Like, you have no idea. If you don't know Gnar, you have no idea how much chaos he can bring to a team fight. He can pretty much stun everyone in their team, no questions asked. He like Cassiopeia? Nah. Like, it depends on if the team's looking at her. You have to time your ultimate very well. But with Gnar, no. Like, if you're good with positioning as Gnar, you'll definitely get their entire team. You can definitely stun lock them against the wall. They will be lined up like a firing range. And that's what made it so that Gnar was able to win the battle for his teammates. If anything, I think Gnar and Karma, like, they're the MVP of their team. Mostly due to the fact that they were able to CS more than 4 of the other team's members. Like, Jinx is the only one that's ahead. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but if the other teams are falling behind Jinx, we can safely assume that they will have a rough time trying to get ahead of their ADC, because the ADC just loves to munch on minions, you know? Like with the auto attacks, they'll just like, shoot, 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 hey look, I just got 60 gold in 3 seconds, how cool is that? That's what the ADCs are all about, farming really, and high damage. Within like minuscule seconds. As you can see here, red team doesn't really have like a lot of poke on their team, while blue team does. You have Ezreal, you have Gnar, you have Karma, you have Lulu even. They're all pokers, which makes it very dangerous for red team to maintain distance towards blue team. They have to get in really close if they want to do any sort of damage. But the problem is here that only Rammus and Garen have the potential to close the gap. Garen, not so much, because, well, he's pretty much stuck in top lane. He can't really do anything as long as Gnar keeps pressuring top lane to go towards top inner tower. We can see that Rammus has taken to the cruise. He's waiting for, not only is he taking cruise here to get some more gold because he's falling behind with Warwick, but he's also waiting to see a potential on Gnar. Never mind! I guess I'm freaking wrong! He's just going away and he's recalling the base. He doesn't care about Garen getting curb stomped by Gnar. Never mind, I guess he comes to the rescue just in time. Apparently, he doesn't realize how strong Gnar is. He apparently doesn't recognize the fact that Garen is falling behind. I mean, like, Garen has like 100 gold right now, but that doesn't really matter because, like, 3 of blue team's teammates are, like, above 150. This is not really good because Garen is forced to play passively. And, like, Garen can't really play passively. He has to be the tank for their team. Like, I understand Rammus is also a tank, but if you have like 2 tank characters, it's best like if both of them are doing really well, because that means like Garen as of right now doesn't do a lot of damage. He has a Sunfire Cape, he has Warden Mail, no attack damage whatsoever. Like, let's take a look at his attack stats for a moment. 119. Now, frankly, that's not a lot for a bruiser like Garen. He can't do much. This is the problem. If Garen can't help Rammus initiate, then that means pretty much Rammus is forced to be the only one who can initiate and survive the outcome. But Rammus can't do that by himself. He needs help. Teemo, I don't really see how Teemo synergizes with Rammus. There's not really much Teemo can do to help Rammus. Braum, I can see Braum doing really well with Rammus actually. Like they both have like a lot of CS. They can pretty much stun lock a blue team if they synergize their abilities very well. And Jinx, Jinx is Jinx. She's ADC, of course she'll do well with Rammus. But other than that, she has to be safe. Like, Rammus, Garen, and Braum, they both provide that safety for Jinx. But if Garen, which is a huge one. Tombdragon once again is caught in the same sort of situation. He can't really do much to save Karma because like Warwick wasn't there to help Karma either. Gnar is taking a Gnar is in a dangerous situation right now. However, he manages to escape with the flash. I'm not sure how worth of it is exactly, but right now it seems like blue team has dwindled red team down to a point where they can safely go in and try to force a team fight. Hopefully they can succeed to get him away from Dragon. Now as you can see here, Ezreal just stepped in by himself for no reason at all whatsoever. Like, if Ezreal had paid attention to the map, he would have known that Warwick was focusing on Dragon rather than chasing red team, which is pretty stupid if you ask me. Like, why would Ezreal continue to chase them, especially into the enemy's blue jungle? You don't really do that because, like, one, there's not a lot of wards around for blue team to look into. Warwick, you should probably take that. No? Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, that was a success for blue team. Unfortunately, Ezreal just is losing out just a little bit on farm. Like, he can't compete against Jinx. He needs to compete against Jinx to be the better ADC. Otherwise, if he can't get enough farm with 2 deaths, and Jinx has 4 kills and more farm than Ezreal, it's very unlikely that he will be the damager, the marksman that his team needs. His team needs Ezreal to step up. They need Ezreal to farm more. They need him to get more items to become stronger. Otherwise, like, blue team will just lose. Because they're pretty much even in build count, to be honest. You know, I've been talking about gameplay for a while now, but I haven't really been talking much about the items selection. Let's see here. Warwick, Skirmisher, Saber with Devour, and... Oh, it looks like a team fight might be going on right now. However, Gnar is a little bit... Oh. Okay, it seems... Okay, so... Wait, what did Jinx have? Did Jinx have something that was able to, No, she didn't. How? What did she even use? Like... I don't really see anything that was able to get rid of, well, hold on. Does he have Mikhail's Crucible? No, he doesn't. No. I don't know how she managed to escape Warwick's ultimate. I mean, like, she was stuck in there, but then, like, suddenly, boom, shield, or something like that. Oh, wait, hold on. No, she has Quicksilver stash. Oh, okay, so that's how she managed to escape. Okay, never mind, I was wrong. Jinx did have something to get rid of Warwick's ultimate, which is a good thing, because, like, Warwick can still be very dangerous with his ultimate. It's pretty obvious that Warwick will try to go for Jinx every single time if she gets caught out. But with Jinx able to escape with her silver stash, she's able to make her escape. And Warwick can't really do much damage to her because she doesn't really have a lot of health for Warwick to kill. He does have Skirmisher Saber, but not enough. because they practically nerfed it. It's still a good item, I guess, but it's not good enough. As we can see, Lulu is not having a good time. I mean, like, even Braum is getting ahead because, like, he's getting gold through assists, but Lulu, no, she's not. She doesn't have any assists whatsoever. I mean, Tombdragon Lulu. She hasn't really been participating a lot in any of the team matches. So, which means she doesn't get any gold from team fights. Which is why I mean, like, assist is better than nothing, right? But if you don't have the assist, then how are you supposed to progress through the game as a support? You need to be there with your teammates. But, like, I believe if I've been looking at the game correctly, Lulu has been going back to the base far too many times. She isn't participating in team fights. She got caught out twice. So, while Braum has like 1 death and 7 assists. I don't think Lulu is gonna do very well in this match, but at the very least, the best she can do is provide her teammates with her kit, as long as she sticks with them. If Tombdragon doesn't, then he will fail. I'm sorry, I keep switching. Oh, okay, so we got Gnar initiating in the team. He didn't really get much with his ultimate. He didn't manage to catch anyone out. However, they did manage to force Jinx to run away from the team fight. Ezreal manages to catch her out with ultimate and manages to escape from that as well. However, he's leaving his teammates to the doom of Garen, who manages to pick up a couple of kills. However, if he sticks around, then Gnar will just keep poking him down until he's dead. Let's just okay, Gnar manages to kill Garen. That was a very good team fight, honestly. But not so much in the fact that Karma and Ezreal died. However, they managed to get 4 or 5 for their teammates. They managed to get a tower out of that, which is good. Things are not looking good for red team right now as of this moment, because their blue team is still very strong with their 2 mid towers. They've been focusing on mid lane and the dragons so far in this game. Since laning phase ended. They haven't taken advantage of the couple of times when the minions were pushed over here or over here. At least I think that's what happened. However, thing with Dragon is that they're getting more powerful every time they kill dragons. So far, this would probably be their second dragon, actually. They've been able to get a second dragon. Oh no, wait, no, that was looking at blue team stats. No, they got 3rd dragon. That was their 3rd dragon. Yeah. Not much to say here. It looks like, with dragon gone, blue team's main objective is to take the mid tower right now. However, they got caught out. Gnar isn't ready yet with his ultimate right now. They have to wait for Gnar to make a play. That was excellent! Holy shit! Never wow, that's amazing! Like, this is like, oh my god, right. You made some really good champions this year. Seriously, holy shit, that was too good. Like, not only did Gnar take him out of position, but he managed to slam 4 of them into a stun lock. That was the turning point for that team. Gnar is the MVP of this game. He has 6 kills. Like, Gnar is the one carrying their team on his back. Honestly, if the game doesn't end with Gnar alive, I'll be sad. But anyway, they managed to kill like quite a bit of them, which enables them to not only take a mid tower, but also manages to let them steal objectives as well, which is good because they need to push Red Team as far back as possible. Karma here is not making a very good decision. She tries to poke them by herself, but the problem is that she was out of position. She was not in mid tower. She was here, which means that she's more likely to be caught out, and that's not a good thing, really. Because Jinx's W was able to slow her down just enough, they were able to catch Karma out, and Karma needs to work on her positioning better because that actually because of Karma's death, that costed them their outer mid tower. And now it seems that they're taking free Baron right now with like top lane being pushed. Gnar can't really do anything. Leaving top lane to it by itself will risk another tower being taken. And there you have it. They got Baron, which gives Red Team a heavy opportunity to start pushing, like right now. If Rammus can, however, if Rammus doesn't follow them, but Rammus is just doing his own thing right now, and since Rammus has chosen to back out, it seems like they won't be getting the inner mid tower anytime soon. However, if they do a smart play, if they make smart decisions with what they have, then like really, they would definitely win the game. They would at least take one hit inhibitor if they're good enough to catch out. What they need to do is, like, if they want to like destroy blue team, they have to focus on Gnar. Like they have no Gnar or Ezreal. Like either of them would be fine, really. Like Gnar and Ezreal are the main ones they have to worry about. There's Karma as well, but she's not doing well in terms of items. You only have the Gazanias, a Liandry's Torment, and a Morellonomicon. That's not really good, especially if you're someone like Karma. Karma doesn't really have like a lot of, I guess you would say, base stats and ability power. Out of all mages, she's not really the most bursty of champions. So yeah, I would say that they would have to oh, well, it seems like Red Team has taken an inner mid tower from the looks of things. Okay, so Gnar once again is left by, well, not once again. This is probably the one only significant time when he was like just caught out by himself. But they can't really do much to him since he's like super tanky as hell, and he has like life steal to back it up. This is like, they managed to, but either way, they managed to even out the playing field. They managed to catch up with Red Team in terms of gold. So now they're on even they're on even playing field. So right now, at this moment, the only way they can progress is by making good decisions, which means they would have to make decisions that would like be safer, you know. I believe blue team should probably start buying wards, or at least upgrading their trinkets to something better, because like right now warding is pretty much very essential at this point. Like 40 minutes in, you have no idea if Red Team, is it even playing field? Yeah, if you want to have an advantage at this point, when you're having an even playing field, put vision on the map. You're going to be relying on vision at this point to win your team, or win your fights. Otherwise, you're not going to really do well. Here we can see that they're contesting for Dragon right now. If they wait any longer, then Garen would come, and eventually Teemo will come as well. Speaking of which, Teemo is not doing very well in terms of CS as a carry. Teemo should have more, otherwise he's just gonna eventually fall out. He's not really doing well in terms of mushroom placement. In fact, like, if I was playing Teemo, I would focus on putting my mushrooms around the key objectives of the map, like Dragon, or Baron, or even Towers. But however, Teemo hasn't really been doing that much. He's been placing his stuff like, I don't know, there's like one there, there's like one here for some reason. There's not really much. Yeah, there's an investment right there. Oh, did I? Oh, Jinx manages to kill Gnar. Wow. So with Gnar out of the picture, they lost their only chance of stun locking Red Team, which means Red Team is safe enough to take Dragon without any trouble at all. I believe, from what I can see here, this looks like a game that would go to Red Team right now, because they've been doing very good. Jinx has managed to kill Gnar, and like I said, this just tears apart Blue Team's because Gnar is pretty much the cornucopia of the Thanksgiving table. He is the one that's carrying the team. He's the one that will able to help Blue Team win the fight, because his ultimate is really strong. However, it looks like that Red Team will be able to take the tower. Oh, there goes like 2 of their Banshee Veils, which is not really that good. All right, so pretty much. Okay, they're leaving for top lane because they pretty much delayed enough time for Red Team to take the top lane tower, which is actually surprisingly really good. Actually, I had no. That's like a lot of synergy that went there. They just all went for it immediately, and they took blue camp as well. They're probably waiting for Baron to get another boost. They are. But now that Blue Team has oh, okay, mistakes were made. Gnar shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have hopped away like that. And now, like with Gnar right now, not able to catch them. Now that Gnar can't catch them out of surprise with his transformation, they can take Baron. This is a free Baron. What kind of fucking orgy is going on in there? Kids, don't search that. Don't search orgy. If you're a kid, like a really young kid. Alright, here we go. Here comes Dragon. They're going to be taking Dragon at the rate of damage, at the rate of putting. This is basically a free Dragon for them. Like, they have... Blue Team is not grouped up enough to contest for Baron. They lost Baron due to the fact that they weren't ready for it. They had no idea that they were going to be taking Baron even after they left, because like they have no wards on it at all. This is a very sad time for Blue Team right now. They need to, like I said before, warding is essential to the late game, because you need to know which objective your enemy is heading for, and if you know where your enemy is heading, you may be able to stop them at that point by intercepting on time. Oh. Now I need to get a drink. Water is the best. So right now with Baron buff, they can probably take another tower very easily. While Red Team is taking towers, here's what I recommend. For a situation in late game, it's very essential that you buy a ward. I don't care. I mean, like, Tombdragon, he's a friend of mine, and he constantly tells me to buy wards all the time. I mean, like, it's kind of annoying to be honest, but he's a very good reason to do that, because like the support can only ward so many, can put so many wards on the map. Like, he can only do like 3 green stealth wards and 1 pink. That's not enough. That's not enough coverage on the map. His team needs to help with warding. At this point, what I can recommend right now, at this point, they just lost an inhibitor. If they were to, red team is falling back to recuperate, to guarantee them another, to guarantee a win. Right now, what they need to do, upgrade their trinket. That's what they need to do. They need to upgrade their trinket, otherwise they're going to, they're not going to be able to know where the enemy team is at. And that's the important part, positioning. Know where your enemy is positioned at, and you'll be able to make a counter move. Otherwise, you're just winning you're just trying to fight the fight blind. Don't be a Lee Sin. Ward. Just like seriously, ward. Like if I can listen to Tombdragon's thoughts right now, I believe he's like super upset or maybe irritated. Maybe probably just irritated at the fact that he's the only one that's probably doing most of the warding. Like seriously, like I believe that they actually decreased the cost for upgrading trinkets. So like, you have no excuses. Just upgrade your trinket. It's only 200 gold to upgrade your trinket. Like, what are you going to buy with 200 gold other than upgrading your trinket? Are you going to buy a cloth armor? Hell no. Are you going to be buying a magic cloak? Hell no. You're not going to be buying shit. You won't be able to even buy a Doran's blade. And they won the game. It's GG. I was kind of hoping for blue team to win, but obviously it seems that red team has more synergy, and they were able to secure the objective more often than blue team can. And that's game. That's game, man. So, lessons learned. So, lessons to be learned here. Pretty much farm. Like, farming is very essential in the laning game. And there are also, like, very good strategies to be learned here. Like, for one, Jinx kept pushing bot lane a lot, which enabled her to roam more with Braum. They were able to catch out Karma. They killed her, and that was I feel like that was a very important decision to be made. Another thing, I believe that Warwick has not been warding enough to keep tabs on what objectives to take, because they were able to take 5 dragons and 2 barons. That is not good. The jungler should be helping to support warding, because like the jungler, he has far more roaming potential than the support throughout the entire game. Like in the early game, he can go anywhere at all. So, like, I felt if Warwick helped with warding as well as with Karma, maybe they would have known that they were taking Baron. 2 Barons, 5 Dragons, that's insane. Like, you don't, I felt like blue team positioning wasn't that great. I mean, like, the few times I can count, Ezreal made bad choices in positioning. He blinked over to a spot where his teammates won't be able to help him, and he got killed because of that. Tombdragon, like, there were a couple of times when you were walking towards a blind spot, like this bush right here. You were walking towards that quite a couple of times, and you were and did so blind, and that almost got you out. Gnar pretty much was pretty much the one carrying the team on his back. Without Gnar, they couldn't win the team fights. So definitely, if they were able to follow up on Gnar even better, they probably could have won out on the duels. Also, like, focus the carries, like Teemo and Jinx were pretty much the damage dealers of the game. Braum, Garen, Rammus. I mean, like, they provide CC, but not really much damage. I mean, like, you can't. I don't really see any damage items other than Rangers. No, that's not even an attack item. That's just defense because it's Juggernaut. Anyway, I think I rambled on too much on the victory screen. Point is, I felt like if blue team had been more careful and more aware of where red team was, they probably would have won the fight. But the problem is that they didn't really put a lot of wars on the map. Had they done so, it probably would have been a different game. They probably would have been able to ambush some of red team's champions. I mean, like, there were a couple of times when Jinx went out by herself. They probably could have taken her out. Other than that, I think red team managed to pull out in the end because they were able to get a second Baron so easily. Like, they got those 2 Barons way too easy. So with that said, GG. Sorry, Tombdragon, that you lost the game.